Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Podcast. This is episode 136. I'm Fred.
And I'm Daphne. Really glad to be here sharing some pretty critical leadership insights, stuff that's relevant for everyone, honestly, navigating this AI transformation, especially in the ICT field.
Yeah, absolutely. Our producer, Kurt Robbins, senior technical writer himself, he pointed us to this fascinating article. It really unpacks what leadership looks like now, when tech is just moving so incredibly fast.
It's a great piece. We're looking at the AI era demands a new kind of leader. It's by Kelly Jones, who's the chief people officer over at Cisco. It just came out in Newsweek, the September 19th, 2025 issue.
And the basic idea, right, is that what makes a great leader is changing, like right now, in real time. Kelly Jones even starts with this personal story. She used AI not to, write a sensitive message for her, but to help refine it.
Exactly. To check the tone, maybe spot potential issues, make it clearer, more thoughtful, more empathetic, really. And that little story, it sets up the whole point. Leaders, they need to be tech savvy now, but the real value add, it's still about being deeply human. The CPO actually calls this new model the super leader.
Super leader.
This is so important for you listening because AI isn't just changing the tools or what you document. It's fundamentally changing how you interact with your managers, how your teams even work.
And there's data backing up how urgent this is. Get this. Cisco's 2024 AI Readiness Index. It shows 85% of global business leaders think they've got less than 18 months.
18 months.
To get an AI strategy in place, or, risk falling way behind.
Wow. But here's the kicker, right? Fewer than 1 in 7 companies feel like they're actually fully prepared for that shift.
That's a huge gap.
It really is. And that gap, that's where the super leader idea comes in, because right now you don't just need a technical plan, you need reassurance. You need leaders who can push the tech forward, but also, support people through all the uncertainty, fear even.
That definitely takes a balanced skill set. Okay, so if that's the challenge, how does this super leader actually work? It's not about a title, the article said.
No, not at all. It's about embodying 4 different personas. Think of them as capabilities, things you can actually develop with training.
And what's interesting is how balanced they are.
Yeah, I thought so too. It's this mix of hard tech skills and those softer leadership traits. The kind of stuff technical writers often have to juggle anyway, right? Between the docs and the stakeholders.
Good point. Okay, so persona number 1. The technologist. This leader doesn't just put up with change, they actively embrace it. Growth mindset, using AI for innovation, for efficiency, driving actual value.
Right. Then you've got persona 2, the empath.
Yeah.
This one's all about psychological safety, making sure there's inclusive dialogue, building a real culture of empathy, which is, let's face it, absolutely critical when you're rolling out complex new systems that make people anxious.
Especially skilled technical people, yeah. Very important. Persona 3 is the philosopher.
The philosopher, I like that one.
Yeah, this is the ethical core. Grounding decisions in values, in the company's purpose, thinking about the long-term impact. Jones, the author, she mentions she personally connects most with this one.
Well, it makes sense. Values are kind of your anchor when everything else is shifting so fast.
Exactly. She calls it the non-negotiable anchor.
And, for our audience, the technical writers, that philosopher role, that's governance, isn't it?
How so?
Well, it's asking, how do we make sure the AI-generated content isn't biased or misleading or ethically dodgy? The tech writer often becomes that voice, ensuring clarity and truth. You're kind of operationalizing the philosopher.
That's a really sharp connection. Okay, absolutely. And then finally, persona 4, the change agent.
Right.
This leader shows resilience, is comfortable with uncertainty, and crucially helps their teams navigate big transformations confidently.
Which, again, for technical writers, being a change agent could mean designing the whole communication plan, the docs that guide users through massive system changes, anticipating the problems before they happen.
Yeah, guiding the user journey through the change.
Precisely, and the article stresses these aren't just nice ideas. Cisco is actively developing these through training, coaching, real-world practice. They're becoming expected, measurable skills for anyone leading formally or informally.
Intentional capabilities. Got it. Let's take a brief break for a special message from our producer, Kurt Robbins.
Hi, this is Kurt Robbins. First, thanks for listening. I truly appreciate your support. I want to let you know that I'm currently accepting new clients. My rates are affordable, and I have more than 25 years of experience working for enterprise companies like Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, Oracle, PNC Bank, FedEx, USAA, and Wells Fargo, among many others. If you want to improve your IT documentation and communications, hire me. I deliver fast, know how to use AI to improve efficiency and accuracy, and love going the extra mile to satisfy my clients. Thank you for subscribing and listening. Back to you, Daphne and Fred.
Welcome back to the Technical Writing Success Podcast.
Okay, so before the break, we laid out those 4 super leader personas: Technologist, Empath, Philosopher, and Change Agent. Now let's connect that framework to how AI is actually being used to coach and develop leaders, because this directly impacts IT and documentation teams.
Yeah, this is where the article gets really practical and honestly pretty interesting. The CPO at Cisco mentioned treating AI almost like a strategic coach. Like prompting leaders to use AI to challenge their own assumptions about complex issues before they act.
Right. But the bit that really jumped out at me was preparing for sensitive conversations.
Oh yeah, the personality insights part.
Yes. The leader can feed in things like the communication style of the person they're talking to, the history of the relationship, maybe even personality profiles like Myers-Briggs or instinctive drives.
And the AI doesn't write the message?
No. It flags risks. It might say something like, hey, given this person's profile, that phrase could sound too harsh. Maybe try framing it more collaboratively.
Wow. So it's like hyper-contextualized coaching for soft skills, helping the leader be a better empath in that specific moment.
Exactly. It changes leader development entirely.
Yeah.
Cisco's actually building this stuff into their internal AI assistant. It gives real-time prompts to leaders in tricky situations, like prepping for a performance review, or even suggesting questions for self-reflection after, say, a project didn't go well.
And it connects to learning too, right? They're using the platform for personalized learning recommendations.
Yeah, get this. A manager gives feedback. The AI takes that feedback, looks at the employee's current skills, their job role, and then suggests specific articles or courses or these micro-coaching moments.
Okay, so think about how that applies to you, the listener. Instead of your manager just saying, you need to learn Python.
Right, which is pretty vague.
The system might say, okay, based on your last review about needing better integration guides, here's a specific module on documenting Python library APIs.
That is so much more useful. It turns general feedback into concrete, actionable steps, links straight to what the organization actually needs you to do.
And the need for this kind of targeted upskilling, it's definitely there. The data from that Cisco-led AI consortium, it's pretty stark.
What did it say?
Over 91% of ICT roles are expected to be significantly changed by AI. And for business and management roles, nearly 2/3 face high levels of disruption.
Wow, 91%, that's almost everything.
Pretty much.
But the report also emphasizes, despite all that automation and change, the skills that last longest. Still deeply human. Empathy, ethics, being adaptable, communication, those are the things technical pros really need to focus on developing now. Because AI can support those skills, refine them maybe, but it can't replicate them.
That brings us back to the human core, doesn't it?
It really does.
And if you're going to maintain those human skills, especially under pressure, the article makes a big point about investing in leader wellness.
Oh, absolutely. Change fatigue is a real thing. Super leaders can't be super if they're completely burned out. That empath persona needs fuel in the tank.
So Cisco's looking at, like, hyper-personalized wellness programs, using data from wearables, self-reported info.
Yeah, trying to build customized, even preventative plans, getting beyond just sending out generic take-a-break reminders.
And they're also using non-tech approaches, too, this whole leader pilot program.
Right, with the intensive 360 reviews and lifestyle coaches.
It sounds like they're trying to make sure leaders really integrate that philosopher aspect, grounding decisions in purpose and personal sustainability, not just the bottom line.
It all comes back to balance, doesn't it? The super leader ultimately uses AI to make things clearer, not more complicated. To empower people, not just overwhelm them with constant change. The real goal seems to be building workplaces that aren't just efficient, but more human. Rooted in purpose, led with real intention.
Which leaves us with a final thought, maybe something for you to consider. If AI can get this good at coaching leaders, personalizing learning, even refining human communication, how can you, as a technical writer, leverage those same kinds of AI tools? How can you use them to become a super technical writer? Using AI to handle some complexities so you can focus your human energy on the really strategic, the deeply empathetic parts of guiding users and shaping documentation strategy.
That's a powerful question to end on. Thank you for listening to the Technical Writing Success Podcast, where we help you get smarter than your competition.
Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We'll see you next week.